So today we have the Kia Stinger GT.
Wait. Hold up.
Are we rolling?
We are, but frankly, everybody already knows about the Kia Stinger.
That's true, there's been quite a few reviews on this, haven't there?
There's been loads of reviews, everybody's driven it, and frankly, they only have one question in their mind. Is a Kia really a serious sports car contender?
Well, first of all, look at it. I mean, look at what they've done to this car. This is probably the meanest looking Kia I've ever seen. And they've given it really elongated. Now, this thing is about, it's sort of 5 Series size. But you know they got the bloke from BMW, the guy that worked on the 3 and 4 Series chassis.
Albert Bierman.
I think so, yeah. They got him to work on the chassis of this car.
He was the head of M.
There you go. So it's a combination of BMW. Well, it's a Korean car trying to be German, isn't it?
But can a Korean car be German?
Well, it's certainly trying to be. I mean, just look at this thing. If we can just come around this side, and you've seen the face of it. I'll put some pictures in the edit. But it's got a low, mean look. They've put these, these vents in, and they put the wing mirrors in. They've got these little vent things on the bonnet. It's really got that presence. It's got the stance. It's got the look about it. And underneath the bonnet, it's got a 3.3 litre twin-turbo V6, as you know, as everybody knows because they've seen the reviews, right?
So why is everybody so crazy about this car right now? Why is it attracting so much heat and noise?
I think the main thing is because the price, 170,000 dirhams, which I don't know what that is in dollars. I'll put that in the edit afterwards. But for our market, what touches it? What do you think touches that at that price?
Lexus IS 350? No, that's more expensive. Infiniti G, not G35. It's the whatever it is. It's the Q50.
Yeah. Maybe a Dodge Charger, RT.
But would the person buying a Charger actually cross shop?
I don't know, they might do,
car?
but that's a V8, this is a V6. This has got 370 brake horsepower. Let me show you the engine. Let's do that road testy thing, shall we? We'll just show you the engine. Twin turbo, there's the engine. And I'll do another thing, I'll start it up whilst you're there.
Okay, I'm expecting greatness.
Yes, well, you won't get that.
No? Hang on, it just sounds like an engine.
Yeah, that's normal mode.
It's a bit clattery.
That's in sports mode. No difference. Now what they've done is with the sports mode, you do get a more aggressive sound, but you get it inside the car because basically they pipe it through the speakers. You get a stiffer steering, you get firmer suspension, you get sharper throttle response, and you just get a more aggressive power delivery. And it's got a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde character about it when you put it from comfort into sports. By the way, it's also got a custom mode, and you can actually set all the individual parameters when you do that. But check out the cabin as well. I mean, it's really upmarket. There's a load of carbon in there. They've sportified that, that's for sure. And it's got a load of features. Heated and cooled seats. It's got 360-degree camera. It's got an infotainment system, got a fantastic sound system. Yeah, and let's check out the rear space as well. We'll do, part of what we normally do. This seat is set for me. It's okay. It's not massively spacious because it's tight a bit for my feet down there, and headroom's just a little bit tight. It's got a coupe profile, hasn't it? 2 AC vents and USB and stuff. It's all right. The seat folds down, split folding, 60/40.
So is it actually a hatchback? It looks like a hatchback.
No, this is the thing, you see, because they're saying everybody's saying it's a sports saloon, sports sedan. Oh, by the way, let me show you this. Have you seen this?
No, I literally haven't seen this. Oh, hold on.
The key fob. Isn't that the coolest key fob you've ever seen? That is wicked, and I like the way that button is done there, like a trigger button.
Like a trigger on the gun.
So press and hold that, and I'll show you that this is actually a hatchback. It's not a saloon sedan, whatever you want to call it. It's a hatchback. So
it's a hot hatch.
And it's actually a really spacious one as well. It's a very hot hatch.
It's a massive car.
Lots of space. You could easily do, and it's nicely done. I'll tell you what. This is where it gets very German in the detail, because this is really nicely laid out. It's really, and you go, where's the tire? Well, it's got a space saver spare, which is hidden underneath that bit. So it's actually got 2 covers. It's got that bit just to cover up the tire and give you the tool, and then it's got the floor cover. So it's really nicely done.
So why doesn't anybody make cars like this?
Well, this is the key question, isn't it? And I think that's fundamentally the reason where this car stands to score. Because back in the day, if you think about it, you could get fast rear-wheel drive coupes, saloons from the likes of Toyota, the likes of Nissan. You could get them from America. You could get like the Caprice and the Lumina and all these cars. But now most cars are front-wheel drive. They're not quite as powerful, not quite for the money. So in fact, it's almost they've identified a niche that has been ignored for a long time, and they're bucking the trend because it's not an SUV, it's a saloon. Well, saloon sedan hatchback.
So hang on, isn't this niche just cars that we used to drive?
Yeah.
And we used to buy?
Yeah.
They've basically gone back and done the old-fashioned thing.
Because now if you want a fast sports saloon, sports sedan, sports coupe hatchback, how much are you going to have to spend in order to do that?
300,000 dirhams.
Plus.
Yeah.
Plus.
But
to
you
get
want like
one
an
of the
Alpha
Germans.
Giulia
Yeah.
or something nice.
Yeah, exactly. No, Alpha Giulia is what, 360,
Yeah,
370?
it's a lot of money.
That's a great car. But
Is this a great car?
But that's why
For a
that's,
first attempt.
Yeah, but this is it. That's what I was going to say. And well done for leading me into that. There's a lot of things about this car that I can forgive because of the price. So it's really good, and you have to say it is a really good first attempt. And the proof of the pudding is in the driving. So we'll
I thought
insert
the proof of the pudding was in the eating.
No, well, in eating, driving, you know what I mean? The same thing. So we'll insert that bit here in the edit. So you're cutting away now to the driving shot. Okay, so let's take it for a drive. We'll take it out of comfort and put it into sports. There you go, it's all gone red. Let's go for it. Whoa! Wowzers, bit of movement. Just a little bit of traction control kicking in there just on the start. But, nice bit of performance. Plenty of torque. Now, the thing is, this car has been tuned by Germans that Korea has basically poached from BMW. And the idea is that I think they benchmarked it against the 4 Series, the BMW 3 Series, 4 Series. And, that's the sort of handling that they're going for. But it's a bigger car. It's sort of more like 5 Series size. So I'm going to go into paddle shifts. 8-speed paddles. Wowzers. And they do change very, very quickly. Look. There you go. But they're not dramatically, though. There's no punch. There's no snap. It's just kind of tit, tit, tit. Just changes. Well, no, we'll just put it back into drive. Might actually be better to just leave them. Yeah, I mean, and then you've got the engine noise. So in sports, the interesting thing is that when you turn it into sports, it kind of changes personality. It turns from a very calm, docile saloon to something that sounds a lot more aggressive, although I suspect the sound is being channeled in through the speakers rather than the exhaust. The steering becomes weightier. Oh, it's a nice, let's see how it goes through here. Good on the brakes. Brembo brakes really working well. But it holds on. The road holding is there. The body does lean though. The body control is not quite there, but the road holding is definitely there. And the steering is accurate and well weighted, but not enough feel coming through the steering to really allow you to push it. But having said that, this is probably the quickest I've ever driven a Kia on a road like this, that's for sure. But actually I will use the pedals again, just to hold, there you go, oh, nice. There's no point taking it to the limiter, I don't think. The power is earlier on, so that it's quite torquey straight away, sort of in the mid-range. It does pivot a little bit, so there's a little bit of understeer, and you can just actually throttle on to get through it. So the suspension, though, I mean, like I said, the body does move a bit, but having said that, the suspension itself, set up quite firm for a typical Kia saloon, does manage things very, very well. You can see the change in surface, and yeah, okay, I'm being shaken up a little bit, but the car is being kept absolutely planted. So yeah, I can, we are leaning a bit into the corners, but whoa, a little bit of movement there. This is actually, I wasn't sure I was going to bring this car to this road because, like I said, it is a bit of a big old thing, but it's doing amazingly well, and dare I say, even a bit of fun. Yeah, it nicely settles into a corner, settles in, settles down, and then you can just, if you just hold on and then floor it, and it deals with it very, very nicely indeed. Turning is not bad at all, but you are, it doesn't exactly shrink around you though. You are mindful, of its size. But it does a very good job, and it does, if you just treat it smoothly. But there is a bit of body movement, you see. So there's a bit of float through those corners, and there's the suspension just trying to sort itself out, particularly laterally. So it's very interesting how it's doing that, and yet maintaining that sporty personality that's needed in the suspension. Overall though, very, very impressive for a car of this size with this level of performance. You know, wow, what more can you ask for 170 grand dirhams? That is not bad at all. And you know, at the end of the day, it's got plenty of straight line. Yeah, it just moves. It's just a little bit of movement, but nothing erratic and nothing wayward, nothing frightening. So it's a car that's, I would say it's getting there. It's getting there. It's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close, but it's still sort of getting there. It's just trying to decide what it is. It's deciding whether it's figuring out whether it's a muscle car or whether it's a sports car or whether it's a sports saloon. But it's very, very close. And I think it's quite amazing what they've achieved with this car. But certainly enough for around town entertainment, and enough and enough performance to put that grin on your face. Yeah, big thumbs up, I think. And now you're back with us. Did you enjoy that? So anyway, so as you can see, I really enjoyed that car. I really enjoyed this car. I really enjoyed that drive.
Let me ask you the 170,000 dirham question. Would you buy a Korean car? Would you buy this Korean car?
I would buy. You know, see, that is a really tricky question. You know, I would recommend buying a Korean car. I would maybe buy a Korean car because usually you get SUVs that are good value, spacious. They got all the kit. This has got all the kit. So in that sense, yes. But when it comes to sportiness, it hasn't really got heritage, has it? It hasn't got history. It hasn't got previous, has it? So this is like the first time they're doing this sort of car. So there's a little bit of a hesitation there, I've got to admit. But frankly speaking, on the basis of my experience with this car, particularly driving it on that road earlier today, I've got to say I would be sorely tempted, especially at that price point.
Did you feel for a Korean car that it felt like a sports car, it felt tough, it felt solid, it felt durable, it could take a beating on a tough mountain road?
I think, to be honest, I'm going to reserve judgment on that just a little bit. I say on the basis of my short stint with the car, probably yes. But I'm just going to reserve judgment on that because, you know, like I said, it is the first version of this car, and often, you know, they need to clean up stuff. They need to, you know, iron out the little gremlins and things before these cars get perfect. But I think it's there. I would say it's 80, if not 90% there. And I think that at this price point, it's got to be something that's worth serious consideration if you're looking for that kind of car, for this kind of car, which is basically, you know, a sports saloon, sports sedan.
It actually looks really good. Final question. Should the Germans be worried?
Yeah, I think so. Not only the Germans, the Japanese and the Americans. They should all be worried because the Koreans are coming. Chinese are probably not far behind. But I think this is a landmark car. You know, even if you're not going to buy it, even if this isn't going to become a future classic, but this is certainly, I think, a landmark in the history of Kia. Remember this. This is going to be something memorable.
It all started here.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check us out on motoringme.com and check out our social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, please do like, share and subscribe.